Hello and welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we turn to talking about President Trump and his wonderful and amazing supporters who organized a very exciting event that spanned across the country over this weekend. Happy Memorial Day, by the way, guys. We have a long 3-day weekend here in America, and we're celebrating our fallen soldiers and the people who sacrificed themselves to make this country as great as it is today. And in addition to having some reverence and some nice times to say prayers and honor our fallen, we're also celebrating in America in some ways too. People tend to have barbecues, cookouts, you go to the pool, you go to the beach. Memorial Day weekend is just a big summer kickoff. So despite the sort of remembrance part of it and the kind of serious tone that you're supposed to have for at least a little bit on Memorial Day, there's also people celebrating and showing support and being enthusiastic too. And that brings us to this Trump supporter demonstration. Basically, over the weekend, in honor of the holiday, a number of Trump supporters, like hundreds and hundreds and probably thousands, they all organized these boat parades across the country. They were really cool. I've seen some in my area, in other states, and it turns out that they happened across the country. A lot of different places had these sorts of boat parades, as they call them, and they're really exciting and really cool. We're going to get to some footage and talk about why this happened and talk about the big support that's coming for Trump right now. We're pushing towards the election in November, so it's exciting to see the base kind of get itself riled up and get ourselves treated and get ourselves excited and get ourselves ready to go out and vote in November. We're going to talk more about this story soon, Trump supporters and the boat parades across the nation, but first, let's take a quick moment to check out our sponsor. Okay guys, I am really excited about these special floodlights. I've been using them at my home and they are just simply amazing. They're lightweight, they have a really bright light on them, and two different sensors too. I didn't actually get how it all worked until I tried one, and you're gonna be really surprised and really pleased if you try this out too. The lights are so cool. They have a solar sensor, that means they only go on at night, and then they also have a motion sensor, which means they'll stay off until someone walks by and kicks on the motion. Make sure you check them out. Floodlights by NoBS. Check out the link below, only in the description. Gonna be awesome. Hopefully you guys will try them. Great, now that that's out of the way, let's get back to these Trump boat parades. The first place I saw stuff about it was on Twitter, of course. They're usually breaking a lot of news, and as you can see by this tweet from Jack P, he's very excited about this because it's almost an unprecedented action. He's asking, has anything like this been seen before in modern politics? And really, I can't say I have thought of anything like this. Sure, there's been rallies and political conventions and people getting together and getting riled up. I know Bernie Sanders had a very excited base, but nothing compares to Trump supporters. Nothing compares to the MAGA crowd, our red hat wearing, orange president supporting us great patriots. And if you look at this video, there is just lots and lots of boats. I mean, look at all these boats. They all have Trump flags on them. They all have great Trump supporters, honest, really hardworking, patriotic Americans. And as you can see, there's hundreds of boats right here. I can't even count them all, at least a couple hundred. And they're all organized. They're all wearing Trump flags, and they're all supporting the president. And this happened in multiple places across the country. This one apparently is from Charleston, South Carolina, and it has aerial drone footage, of course. That's how you would capture something like this. And it looks amazing. I'm really, really excited and happy to see they got this good drone coverage because it looks really good. And the organization here is awesome. Just think about getting all these people in their boats together at the same time, planning this whole mission. And then in addition, this wasn't just in one location. If you do a quick Google search about the Trump boat parade, you can see it's happened in multiple cities. This one's in Lake Havasu, this one's in Tampa Bay, this one's in Charleston. I believe that's the one we just saw the video footage of. And it just goes to show that there's a lot of excitement out there. A lot of people are ready to be pro-Trump, ready to get back into the swing of things. And this is happening now for a number of reasons. I want to kind of give that backstory, and then we'll get some more details from some of these articles and see what was going on specifically. But basically, this is a big showing because we, of course, have been locked down in this country. We've been dealing with this health scare. Viruses has been spreading. People have been staying home, trying to get safe, cleaning up, taking breaks from work and all that stuff. And in addition to that, there hasn't been a chance for many rallies and political gatherings. There's no press conferences with lots of people anymore. Everything's been shut down with large numbers of people. So it typically this time of year, I mean all year round, Trump's been doing rallies throughout the year, throughout his whole presidency. He's been keeping his base informed, keeping them excited, doing these speeches across the country. This was happening throughout, like even before the kind of re-election campaign started. He just once in a while, Trump will step in and kind of touch base with the state that he's fond of. I mean, he likes all of the country, so he kind of visits different places once in a while. He'll go to Arizona, he'll go to a spot in Michigan, places like that, all over the place. And what's going on now is we haven't been able to have any rallies or gatherings for multiple months. And now that the lockdowns are finally kind of getting lifted, and we've also seen the Democrats kind of have their presumptive nominee, Joe Biden, so it's giving the people behind the president more reason to kind of get back together, come up with something to show a lot of support. And here you have it, this great big story, Trump supporters all in their boats during Memorial Day weekend. And in a lot of ways, this is actually more complicated and more exciting than your typical rally. Now, a typical rally sometimes for Trump can have many, many more people, like tens of thousands of people, that's for sure. But in this situation, we're talking about hundreds, maybe a couple thousand if you put together all these cities, and they're getting their boats together. So there's people on boats with flags doing this sort of cross-country look here. Not cross-country, I mean, I think they just go from one dock to another dock, maybe go a couple miles, but it is a parade. It is in multiple cities. We're talking about boats. We're talking about people gassing their boats, packing up their coolers. It's a complicated, very high level operation, and I'm very excited to see it happen. And I knew we could pull it off too, because Trump supporters are the best. We're very smart, very organized, very passionate, and also we got to point out something else here. You got to admit that we're all hard workers earning good livings to be able to earn enough to not just have your regular life, your house and your car, but a boat is a very extra device for most people, unless you happen to be one of those jobs like a fisherman or something. Really, these kinds of people having boats is like their extra recreational vehicle, and to have that taken that out and have all these people have boats in the Trump family, in the Trump fan base, I mean, it really says a lot. It's very exciting. I'm very interested in this story. I saw some other videos too over the weekend, and it was just kind of like touching too. I saw a few videos with some voiceover and some music kind of getting you pumped up. You hear Trump speaking, going all pro-America, and then you see all these boats. It's a really good effect. So with that said, let's jump to one of these articles here. Let's start with, say, this Havasu News one. It says, thousands participate in pro-Trump boat parade in Lake Havasu City. Supporters of President Trump packed the Bridgewater Channel Saturday morning for a rally which not only celebrated the 45th President of the United States, but also the men and women of our military who've made the ultimate sacrifice. Boats adorned with both American flags and Trump flags sailed through the channel and down to Thompson Bay as patriotic music blared from their speakers. Okay, so we got some cool music going too. We've got that patriotic parade vibe, like you have at a parade for, say, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, whichever it may be. This is just a Memorial Day. It's kind of like a replacement for the typical Memorial Day parades too, because now that I mention it, now that I say it, I remember having those parades like when I was younger in school. There'd be parades for Memorial Day. It kind of kicks off the summer, as we mentioned, and now that we can't, I don't think we can really have many parades yet, but this boat parade is a good, interesting alternative, because when you think about it, when you break down things, it's like, yeah, everyone's in separate boats, so it's kind of like social distancing. It's like the best way you can like social distance. I know there's going to be probably multiple people on each boat, but you'd assume they all know each other and be like in a family or living together or something already. So as far as like testing and contamination within your boat, I mean, that's pretty clean too. That's a pretty safe situation, and at least that's under the discretion of the boat owner and the operator and stuff. But yeah, this is the cool alternative. It's patriotic. It's celebrating our country, our fallen soldiers, and then also hyping up the president, showing that these Trump supporters are also great patriotic Americans. I think that's an interesting thing, because you don't see a lot of this pro-America stuff on the left-wing side. Sure, they kind of feign Americanism. Sometimes they pretend, oh, they're patriotic. They say they love their soldiers, kind of like a token saying of it, but they don't really have that passion. You don't see them wearing lots of American flags. You don't see them saying, hey, let's support our troops. Like, hey, let's talk about this holiday. America's the best. No, the left tends to hate America and say we're the worst. They call us racist. racist. They talk about our bad history all the time. They try to throw things in our faces like that. They're really negative and anti-America, and more just like pro themselves and pro whichever their side person is. They're pro Biden because they just want the power and the money and stuff again. But really, the Trump people, as you can see from the article, from the boat parades, from the pictures, pro-American too. Like, it starts with the Americanism. It starts with, USA first. It's talking about the patriotic freedom, Bill of Rights, all that good stuff, all the stuff that comes along with it. Both sides of the channel were filled to the brim with patriotic supporters who were decked out in red, white, and blue. Hats, visors, t-shirts, tank tops, and trunks bearing Trump's name were all worn Saturday. One man wore a t-shirt which was covered front to back with nothing but Trump's many facial expressions. That sounds like a cool one. The whole thing is just awesome, said Judy Barnett, who was on hand with Mike Altman. Both are Lake Havasu residents and found out about the event from a Facebook post. I was wondering where all this organization came from, and I was kind of bummed I didn't hear about one specifically in my area. Like, I wish I could have gone to one of these, really. It looks kind of fun. The number of visitors at Lake Havasu usually swells this time of year, but combined with those in town for the rally as well, that figure skyrocketed. Parking lots surrounding the channel were filled and entrances were backed up. The turnout is impressive, said Ryan Hunt of Palm Springs, California, who took in the festivities with his friends. We had a group of 10 on a boat, and we were just enjoying and having fun. The patriotic support will continue through Memorial Day weekend, and the channel is likely to see similar amounts of traffic. So this is a combination, again, it has to do with sorts of people ready to go out because of this lockdown that's ending and also getting ramped up. It's the summer, it's exciting, there's an election year, we've got Trump stuff going on, the sun's coming out, people want to go out, and these pictures reflect that. Lots of cool stuff to see here. Love the mountains in the background. Lake Havasu, I've heard lots of great things about, a very beautiful place. And yeah, there's Trump flags, American flags, people tailgating kind of thing, boat tailgating, people on their little surfboards, pictures, keeping America great. I love that. I love seeing younger fans too, people of all ages. Really cool stuff, really cool turnout. This is another cool flag, President of the United States 2020. Great stuff here. I'm gonna tear up, guys. I'm getting a little verklempt. Americans for Trump, keep America great. This is great. God bless America, my home country. Something like that. I don't know. Should we say a prayer? I'll say a prayer. Okay, dear Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, God bless this American president, and God bless this country and all these great American people coming out for Memorial Day weekend. And most of all, God bless this channel and all its great viewers. God bless you guys out there watching. Hopefully we all understand and respect and honor our president in this great country. Let's re-elect Trump. Let's vote for him again. Let's vote Trump. Let's keep America great. CAGA, everyone. MAGA, CAGA, amen. God bless. Happy birthday, Jesus, on December 24th. Whew, that felt good. Oh my God, I'm getting jitters. I'm getting the jitters here. All right. Well, that about wraps things up. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you had some fun looking through all these Trump photos and talking about this great celebration, American holiday, Memorial Day weekend. Have a great Memorial Day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it with your families like I did. Until next time, you guys have a good one.